Heading down the road, we're in the Steamobile because the engine light was on in my car. That seems to be working fine. Of course, like everything else in this day and age, you can't get an appointment for a week. And I didn't really feel like, if there was something minor wrong with it, I didn't want to turn it into major. And the last thing you want to do is drive 6.5 hours down the road with a small window to get somewhere. Like, I'm going to arrive at Miami Valley. What's it say? 6:03. We race at 7:30, 7:25, and they've been running them off faster there, right? So there's no reason to think that it wouldn't be 7 o'clock we race. Jason had been warmed up, so I'm not really that worried. But I mean, you see the window; it's an hour. I just had a lot to do today. We got to the barn today and realized we could train, so we trained a ton of horses. We'll get to that in a minute. I guess we're gonna have big announcements. The biggest announcement was 3 Point Blue Chip will be making his qualifying debut on Saturday. I was told that last night. So let me be as clear as I can. If you own any portion of 3 Point Blue Chip, you should go ahead and get your National Racing Compact license. This horse is staked in Lexington. He's staked in Ontario. He's staked in New Jersey, obviously. So he could race anywhere. I know the staking was expensive for 3 Point Blue Chip this year. So he could race anywhere. I want everybody to be ready. Now, there's some shares in the winter group. As I said, until I get to talk to the New Jersey Racing Commission, other commissions, theoretically, those are micro shares. I think we have 8 shares spread out over 100 people. So it should be, you shouldn't need a license, but until I get clarification from them, we're going to leave it as is. But if you own singular shares in 3 Point Blue Chip, please get licensed. I don't want to get a call heading up to race day that so-and-so somewhere in the world isn't licensed. So if you own 1%, of 3 Point Blue Chip, you probably should get your National Racing Compact license, because New Jersey, Kentucky, and Ontario, for sure he's eligible to stakes there. I would suspect there might be something floating around New York, maybe Pennsylvania, I'm not positive, but a number of jurisdictions he's staked in. So please pay attention to that. And that goes for everybody. Right now we're helping out a lot of people in New York, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to tell everybody it's a pain in the butt to get your national. It's easy to get your National Racing Compact license. They'll hold your fingerprints, 3 years? It's like $200. And they'll hold them for 3 years, and they'll facilitate all your licensing needs. So you'll have to pay for the license in New York, but they can get it taken care of because they'll have your fingerprints on file. So I would recommend that if you're planning on owning horses, many of those horses we bought in Kentucky last year are eligible to multiple stakes in multiple jurisdictions. So it may be worth it. In fact, it likely is worth it for you out there to get your National Racing Compact license. If you want to get the ball rolling, we can help you do that. You're going to have to get the fingerprints and fill out the licensing, but we can help you find the information and get you in touch with the people at the National Racing Compact. So please take that very seriously. It is a very serious thing, and you don't want to be the person that I'm calling on race day to say, hey, this horse may be scratched because of you. We don't want to have that happen, right? So it may be worth that to get that done. Now, I have the lists from the other day that there's a few deviations. We had some horses come off the bench today. Actually, no, one more huge announcement. The outpouring of people interested to bring to Mohawk a lot of their friends for the open house was, I guess, shouldn't be shocking, but it really wouldn't surprise me if we had 500-600 people there. I'm thinking one person will bring 1 or 2 people. We've had people saying, I want to bring my kids and my mom and her friend and blah, blah, blah. And we could have 500-600 people there. So I want to finalize. We haven't truly finalized everything with Mohawk. The reason I brought it up the other day, I wanted to let everybody know that may want to come for the weekend, that we'll likely be racing in London and or Flamborough and Mohawk on the Friday, likely Mohawk on the Saturday, and then have this massive open house on Sunday, and that's what we're planning to do. So I wanted to get the word out there, even though we haven't technically finalized. We will. Mohawk is very interested and wants to be a part of this. So we will finalize, and we'll get all the numbers and everything out to everybody in the coming weeks, but we want to make sure we can facilitate everybody. So I would say this week we will get the numbers, what it's going to cost us. We will then in turn send out send out RSVP to everybody with all the pertinent information involved. Get that information, or at least the first wave of that information into us, and give that to Mohawk and say, okay, because it's going to cost us money to do it this year, but we want to be able to mitigate that. So to get the ball rolling, we need the numbers first. So we will have that out to you this week. I'll endeavor to have that to Kelly. Kelly will have that all sent out to you at some point this week, what we're looking to do. But the broadest strokes is simple. We want to take all our babies, the Mohawk, and train them all on Sunday, May the 8th, in front of you. That's the plan. Mohawk has in turn said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We'd like to have that done. We'd like to have numbers of how many people are planning to show up so we can put on a brunch. But to do that, we have to know. So that's where we're at right now. 3-point blue chip is qualifying Saturday, so getting really, really excited for 2022, that stakes season, so to speak, to start. We have a ton of horses getting ready to qualify in Ohio that I'm going to qualify in school tomorrow. We have a ton of horses that have, and I will continue to qualify in Ontario this week, moving forward. We've already seen some of our horses do well. Massive Profit was a winner. Stonebridge Acadi was a winner. We had a couple of people message me and say, hey, you didn't say anything about Stonebridge Acadi. Well, my videos for the weekend were done, and then the next video I made was about Mohawk, and I had a lot of stuff to unpack about Mohawk that night, and it didn't translate over. Now, we would have talked about him this week in the videos, and I'll talk about him right now. Horse raced good at Flamborough. No free lunch. Raced great in Miami Valley also. Both those horses raced very well. Will to Win Hanover was a winner on Monday, so you already see Resolute Bay was a fast closing third the other day. He'll lock horns with Unbeatable Kemp tomorrow night. So my timeline's really tight. Steve and I are going to get to Miami Valley around 6, race at 7:30, get in the car, drive back to Northfield Park, get up tomorrow, qualify, train school horses all morning, and then head back to Ontario. I have to be in Ontario for race number 5. Resolute Bay is going to, as I said, lock horns with Unbeatable Kemp. We have a number of horses racing tomorrow night also. We have horses racing in London, 5 of them in London on Friday, 1 of Dominic's other horses, 4 of ours Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's all going to start getting crazy and chaotic here very, very soon. A lot rattling around in my head, but I want to get to the babies today. Very impressed today with a lot of horses. Starting to see them start to settle in to a rhythm where they're training well, they feel good, they come off the track. They're starting to feel like race horses, right? They've only been in, some of them have been in 25 to 30, but for the most part today was about having a look at all the horses, reevaluating how they look today so we can put them in proper sets for Saturday. We did obviously have a couple of scratches today. Full Heart hit a little temperature today, so did Sister Solange, but very minor. If they jump up, they jump up, but those guys haven't missed any work for the most part in a while. Where are the scratches from last week? They're right here. My 1% jogged today, so he should be ready to go on Saturday. He will go on Saturday. Una Madonna, it's slight temperature all week. She jogged today. She should be good for Saturday. Sir Strong was a little bit sicker. There's a few horses that may miss Saturday. I would say Sir Strong's a chance to miss Saturday. 5 Fish Species is swimming. She'll definitely miss. Hasty Bit will be up to James. Horse that I saw jump off the bench today and do a little work, GJ's ATM. We dodged a bullet there. It looks like he just really bruised himself. He's back in training now and looked really good. More Than You Know looked better today, just jogged. His temperature has come down. Looks like these temperatures are up and down for about 5-6 days and then they drop back down. So that may cost Full Heart and Sister Solange Saturday's training, but it may not also. We'll keep an eye on them. Oh My Gosh, who has been sick, made his made his way back to the training sets today. James O'Hem said he did his work well. Landing strip, still temperatures jumping on him. He may be a no-go for Saturday again. We'll know closer to training day on him. Outlaw Jesse James, absolutely for you. Back into training day, absolutely for you. Still a little clappy, still a little rough. I think it's going to be give and take with shoeing with her. I'll maybe get James to go with her tomorrow, see if he can get her flattened out a little bit, and we'll see how she's training. Merchant Man was back in training after having castration done. James said he was very good. I didn't see him today. He was behind me. I had Enzo in there, but James said he trained very, very well. Who else? I guess that's about it. So we'll get right to it. For the most part, we did have some horses, I said, jumped in and out of the sets. I only have the other day's set list here in front of me, so Grantini, first day with the hobbles, James said was very good. He said it's the first time in a while I've been able to really drop the hammer on him and get him trotting. We went a mile in like 31, I think, and was really smoking on the end of it. Chocolate for lunch. Now she's in with trotters. These were talented trotters also. Chocolate for lunch manhandled us and looked very, very good. I can honestly say today was the first day. Not only did she look good, but she's starting to look a little bit like her brother. And I don't want to I don't want to name drop no free lunch. It's a little unfair. I did it again twice there in the last 10 seconds. But chocolate for lunch looked good today. Carter Michael Dio made a little break coming out of the turn. I think Johnny just went to drop the hammer on him, and he went to come right out of his harness, just rolled off stride. I said to Johnny, don't worry about it. He's going to be raced like that. There's going to be times when I bring him out of hole and drop the hammer, so he's going to have to, he's going to have to learn from these mistakes. But was trotting very good up until now. And the horse that obviously I was going Lady All-Star again, and she was flying on the end of it. Looked great. Grantini was in the middle. Cutie Cumber was in the middle, closing up hard again. And Leaps and Bounds was there. So everybody was across the track, but Chocolate for Lunch kind of snuck through and then kind of bullied her way, manhandled everybody down the lane. That was impressive. I was coming to her, but Mario had her well in hand. She looked very, very good today. Very impressed with Chocolate for Lunch today. As I said, the whole set, Grantini, Lady All-Star, Chocolate for Lunch, Carter, Michael Dio, Cutie Cumber, and Leaps and Bounds. All 6 of those horses looked absolutely great today. Second set, we went with the Pacers. We did have a changing in the guard here. No, Victor Cruz looked awesome again today. Looked very good. Now, this set was broken into 2. The reason I did that, we went out on the track and then I realized we had Absolute Euphoria, Outlaw Jesse James. Those horses aren't ready to go in 30 at all. We also had Captain in the Air and Marshall Zukov. So I said, you 4 go together and write 245. James and I and Victor Cruz and Lost Spirit. James had Real Fear. I had Gandalf the Black, Lost Spirit, and Victor Cruz would all go together. Victor Cruz looked very good. I think we went 229. He looked very strong. Lost Spirit was good. Gandalf put a step in, finishing up, put a step into the turn after, but he's getting better and he's looking much, much better. Finished up very strong. I was happy with him today. I was happy with Gandalf today. Victor Cruz, Lost Spirit, Real Fear was good again today. A little rickety, a little rough in places. Might take him up to the vet and see what she thinks again of this guy, only because I think there's a wealth of talent in there and I don't want to miss something. So I might have Real Fear up to the vet this week just to have Melissa to have a look at him. And Gandalf the Black, I might send him up also. Now that it looks like we're going to keep him. So now that we are going to keep him, I'm going to have him up and have him looked at again. Just to see if there is something biting him in a place. Before, he just made breaks and looked slow. Now he looks like he's starting to fire up all 8 cylinders, if he has such a thing. Fire up all 8 cylinders and look good. He definitely was well in hand today at 29. I was happy with him, but we'll get him up and get him looked at. So those 2, got a pen in here. Pen right here. Those 2 I do want to have up to the vet this week. So Gandalf and Real Fear vet today. Set 3, Horn Player was awesome. Very, very good today. Brace for Landing was good. Who else was in there? Olchek was supposed to go. Ripped his shoe off jogging around, so he didn't get to go today. But he looked fine jogging around. Anchors Up, Mario said was good. He said, a little weak on the end. I said, well, Mario, we were smoking on the end of it. Horn Player was she had the horn blowing today. She was very, very good today. Tailgate Buzz was exceptionally good today also. Back to his old self. Johnny had him going. He was really, really good. Brace for Landing and Always Charming finished up well. Anchors Up was right there, those 5. And then, of course, Olchek ripped his shoe off and couldn't go. Very happy with that set also. Set 4, bit of a coming out. Now, here's an issue here with Mo Power Baby. Now, Mo Power Baby, I used to have a horse about this before the stable. This is, geez, that'd be 15 years ago, probably. Her name was Sophisticat. No, it was longer than that. It was 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Sophisticat, I loved her to death. She won a lot of races at 5 in the States somewhere, but she did really well in the grassroots here. Typical horse, was very affordable, inexpensive yearling, trained down great, was a good mare for us. When we were training her down, when she would pull up, she would roar, like she flipped her palate. And we would scope her, nothing, scope her, nothing. Same with Mo Power Baby, it's a release Like, she loves her training, and then when you pull her up, she releases and flips her palate. I have to believe that will cause an issue as she goes along. Mo Power Baby manhandled some good horses today and looked very, very powerful doing it. But this roaring pulling up, I do want to get that investigated. Is there something going on there? I may send her to the vet also to get looked at with Real Fear and Gandalf the Black. Is there something we can change? I don't think there's any gear we can change on her. I think I went with her today. She was well in hand, very strong, no power outages. But when I let her walk pulling up, she released, flipped. So let's see if we can do something about that. Man, she was super, super strong today. I think everybody in there was good. Nothing But a Dreamer was first over with Johnny. He looked great. Whispering Song was very good. Coupe de Ville and Tactical Mounts were good. I thought I heard James say Tactical Mounts put a step in and he lost her. I don't know. I'll have to follow up with him. But everybody in there said their horses were great. But I can tell you, Johnny's mount, Nothing But a Dreamer was awesome. Mo Power Baby was awesome also. I do want to get that roaring thing figured out. It certainly doesn't slow her down. It certainly didn't cost her anything. It's so weird because immediately James and I both said Sophisticat. It's exactly what she does. Exactly what she does. So we'll get her looked at. I'm sure there's an easy enough fix for this. So Mo Power Baby will be a third horse going to the vet this week. Set number 5, Enzo Guello, was awesome. Still has his winter corks on and was very, very, very strong today. Spitfire Overseas, Columbus, Smoking Hot Irish Girl were all right there kind of behind me, but I was well wrapped up with Enzo. He was very, very strong. Last happened 109 in the jog cart today. Smoking Hot Irish Girl, as I said, was right there. Silent Assassin made a break. Chris was going with her. Silent Assassin made a break today. I don't think there's anything going on with her, but she did make a break today. Everybody else was good, as I said. May Lose Control was right there too. Spitfire Overseas, Columbus, Smoking Hot Irish Girl. Another great set, and very, very impressed with the way Enzo looked today. Very happy with him. Set 6 was the last set. No, I didn't go with my horse in set 6. Sipping on My Shine. Got cast the other night. He had a bruise on his shin behind. And Amy said, you know, if he hit that, he'd probably be really sore to blow up. So I said, you're right. I would just give him a few days, see how he comes out of it. He jogged. He looked sound jogging. I told him if he felt really good and he was quiet, maybe go a mile the right way. Disco went with him. But that was my mount. So we watched set 6 from the fence, Steve and I. Did we even see 7? Yeah, we saw 7 also. We did not see 8, but I got an update on 8. We'll get to 6 first. What a Mission still continues to be a little bit of a unique animal. He looks like he's trotting great, and then he'll just be trotting along roll-off stride. It's so weird. James went with him today. He made a break, but aside from the break, he looked good. Full Heart was also a scratch out of there. Magical Tom was very, very strong, as was Cunning Connie. I think I'm missing somebody. Where's the scratch list? Somebody from the scratch list was in there also. Merchant Man went great in the other set too. Sorry, I missed him in the last set. James said he was very, very good. I don't know who it was. But set number 6, as I said, you can also add Merchant Man to set number 5. He was very good also. Set 6, Cunning Connie. Oh no, it was George's horse. He came out and asked us to go. Cunning Connie was good. What a Mission made a break, but James said, I guess we got to tighten his hobbles up. Yes, you do. And Magical Tom was very good also. I knew who the horse was. No, she was in the next one. So that set was pretty good. I think Johnny said he ended up going a mile on 29 with Magical Tom. So that means that both Connie and What a Mission probably went somewhere around 31, 32. But very good look at heading into Saturday. Fashion Presidente in the 7th, run all over the track for James. James had a bit of a tough day today. Race set 6 and 7. Just got to make a few little changes with that guy. He was awesome when I went with him last week. I just didn't have time. I had jet as soon as the set was over. So Fashion Presidente made a break. High Enterprise made a break. She needs to be shot. I think it's just her shoeing. Rosita's Dream was better today. Disco went with him, said he was much better. Hill Street Blues was awesome again. Cash Deals was awesome again. And Austral Hanover was pretty good too. That set, I think, also went around 230. No concerns in there. The Fashion Presidente thing, I think, was more equipment and knowing the horse. You got to really thaw him out, really have him up on his toes. And James didn't today. Plus, he was missing that head pole on the left. Not the end of the world, but I was impressed with Hill Street Blues and Rosita's Dream and Cash Deals in there. Those 3 went well. Austral, Fashion Presidente, High Enterprise, just got to do a better job moving forward. And then last set, I didn't see go, but Johnny and James gave me an update. said that I did move these horses around. Danny said the Dreamin' on Credit was good, 1 mile at 2:30. Swinging Senorita was also good today. They left the hobbles off of her. We had an employee that didn't show up today, so he had to jostle around and run around, get equipment ready. They missed the hobbles on Swinging Senorita, but we'll definitely have them on for Saturday. War with Yuri, I didn't talk to Mario, but everybody said everybody in that set was pretty good, so that includes Yuri, since he was in the set. Twin Cedars All-Star, I was told, was very, very good, and JG's ATM also got some work in today. Amy said he made a break at the start, but she felt she didn't have him thought out enough. But I didn't care. I just want to hear that he trotted good, he was sound, he was comfortable. Yeses across the board. So he'll be back at it on Saturday. A very good, a very productive day on April the 6th training. Looks like Saturday might be raining. I don't know. If it does rain, I've made the decision that we're going to drone on Tuesday. I've called Curtis. I believe he said it's okay. Looks like it's going to be sunny and 18 on Tuesday. Monday, we should be able to get the grader out there and grade the track. So Tuesday should be an absolutely perfect day, both weather-wise, track-wise for everybody. So hopefully, the 12th, at the very worst, on the 12th, you'll have a drone of all the horses. And if everything goes even better, maybe on the Saturday. But I'm really looking forward to actually doing it on Tuesday. So that is an update, not just an update to let everybody know that 3 Point Blue Chip is qualifying on Saturday. Good luck to everybody. Can't wait to see him. But also that our open house is moving along well. I appreciate everybody talking about coming, showing up. Had a number of people from the States message me asking about the border restrictions, which I said were nothing. Are they even asking for vaccinations at the border? Not supposed to be. Yeah, I don't think they are. If you have a passport, you can get in. So everybody, I hope to see everybody on May the 8th here in Ontario, Canada at Woodbine Mohawk Park. It should be an awesome day. Heading up to that, we'll give everybody an update on how the horses are going. As I said, as of today, very, very impressed with everybody I saw. For horses that really had their schedules really screwed up and missed days in here and there, tough track to jog on, just showed their professionalism today. Just looked like they never missed a beat. So with that, I'll let you go. We're off to Ohio. Wish us luck. We got LD's Patrick and Stay Close in the final. Walk on the Moon is racing today. Massive Profit is racing today. Levitor is racing today at Yonkers. That is, in case you want to do the math, 1, 2, 3, 4 states we're racing in today. Maybe horses racing today? Wednesday? Might be somebody in. No, I don't think there is. Definitely, at the very least, 2 countries we trained today and are racing in the United States in 4 different states. So, with that, I'll talk to you all soon. I hope you're having a great day. Take care.